Taurus. Wait, let me stop the shaking. Do you feel manipulated by somebody else's expectations of you? In terms of, it's almost like forming two different selves. The self that is fulfilling all their desires for you, or living up to these expectations that sit outside of you but definitely weigh upon you. And then the self that you are also really wanting to be, that you are not losing track of. You are very aware of that self. In fact, that's the self that you're nurturing. That's the self that you want to be. That's what your priority is. But simultaneously, and to much personal expense, energy expense, continuing to maintain the look of living up to this expectation of somebody else. And oh my God, you just can't even wait to be able to break those frickin' chains and get the fuck out from underneath whatever pressure is on you. But it's almost like you can't qualify your circumstance or situation now as strong enough, or that you have enough, or that you're powerful enough, or that you are enough to be able to move on. It's stressing you the fuck out. That's what's happening. And I think it's almost like you've been doing it for so long, you've lost the concept of just how much energy it requires from you every single day. And when you're waking up exhausted, or you've put on an extra 10 pounds, and I'm talking to men and women, you wake up exhausted, you put on an extra 10 pounds, you're like, where is this coming from? Why is this happening? And my answer will be simply all this stress. You're literally working 24-hour days. You're working double jobs. You're doing more than anybody should do, because it's almost like a survival. I can't explain it as any other thing, but it's almost like a survival mechanism. That you feel that you have to keep up these expectations for this individual. Now, what I would predict is it's a mother. Now, it could be the woman that you're married to as a mother. It could be your own mother. It could be a grandmother. It's some sort of manipulative source that has had an idea of what they expect of you. And those expectations, those strings are still attached to you. Sticky, sticky strings. And you don't want to confront. Like, the idea of confronting this energy is not even in your mind. Like, you don't want to. You don't want the messiness of it. You don't want to do it. It's weird. You just don't want to do it. Give me a second. It's as if this person is, like, you have too much respect for them, or you have too much respect in general to confront them, or I'm just going to say this right now. Confrontation is not even on the table. Escape is. Like, that's what you're waiting for. And I think it's because you really want to hold up this appearance of, look, I did do the right thing. And look, somehow even you led me into this direction. And this is what works for me. And this is what will work for you. And how awesome everything will work out that way. Yay! And in order to do this, I gotta fix myself, sorry. In order to do this, you are literally running almost two separate lives that you are weaving together like a fucking pro. Like, if the Olympics had weaving competition, you would be the gold medalist, because you're taking two things that don't really fit together and you're drawing strings between them. You're finding ways to meet these outside, I'm going to say, I don't know, I keep saying somebody because I do feel it's a somebody, but to meet these, hold on. Apologize. you have these, I think what I'm curious about as I sit here as an objective observer is, why does Taurus care so much about those expectations? Does somebody have something over you? Because there is definitely an external dictation, an accepted external dictation of the direction that you go. And so this person is quite influential in your life. And is it financial? Money? They keep you living, or they make it possible for the lifestyle that you have accepted as the lifestyle that you want to be. It's almost like there's a purpose behind this person for you. So even though they're pulling your strings, you're actually like tugging back or directing the way. It's interesting. It's like you're manipulating the manipulator. I don't think that you see it as manipulation. I think what you perceive it as is getting things done. And this person is an outlet of resources for you. And you're going to use those resources. Absolutely. Why wouldn't you? They're there. They want to be used on you or for you or regarding you, or they're around you to be used. So why wouldn't you use them? And so if you have to say please and thank you, and if you have to do a specific amount of work in order for you to not be questioned about about those resources that are put into your hands, well then okay then, all right. It's not such a bad payoff. You're not worried about working for money, though in a way you wish you didn't have to. But if there are resources there, it's almost like too tempting. It's not like you cannot just reach out and grab them. You know, it's like you've got to use the resources. And if this behavior or these chores or whatever it is, this way of acting is a way to unlock the door to those resources, then you're just going to pull from that. That's fine. What do you need me to do? You need me to do this, and this. Okay, then you're getting this, and this done. But you don't identify that as who you are. You identify that as what you got to do to get your shit done. And then what you're running underneath it or using those resources for. I know I'm making you sound like some kind of fucking black market salesman. No, that's not what it is. I mean, maybe for some of you it is. That's not what it is. It's literally taking these resources from the top and using them then to fulfill something in you. It's actually very pragmatic and very standard for you. Here's what you're not understanding. It is exhausting you and little by little dividing you from yourself. It's having a negative impact on your spirit. Now, your pragmatism will outweigh that all the time. Got resources? Use them. But the soulfulness underneath is really being dragged through the dirt. And that's where the conflict is coming. And that is manifesting in your life as, I'm exhausted every fucking day. Why am I so exhausted? I got 6 hours of sleep last night. I mean, that's not an 8 hour, 9 hour, but I should be okay. I'm putting on this extra weight. I don't understand. I don't eat like a pig. Well, you're a Taurus, so you probably do eat a lot. Maybe you have been eating more and you just haven't noticed it. Because, why? You need to self-soothe, and eating helps you. And you haven't even been noticing it because it's been on the go, because you've been so busy. You're so divided all over the place, like so thinned out, that you got to keep filling up for more energy, more quick energy. How about that? Oh, just a little chocolate bar. I'm just pop it in my mouth. Or, it's just, let me eat a sandwich. I'll only eat a half of it. But then you end up eating the whole thing because, it's spilling all over your desk, but you got to work. You got to keep eating. what you don't realize is this isn't just about food. This is about your body literally saying, but I need energy. Do you understand how much you're putting yourself through in order to continue to maintain or jump through the hoops that you need to jump through to get the resources that you need to get to do what you need to do and what you need to do underneath, which is what you really want to do? And I'm not saying even that you're hiding it. I'm saying that you're not showing it as a priority, because if you showed it as a priority, well, then somebody would be pissed, because they still are where the resources are coming from. So you are playing that game of, no, you're definitely my priority, but they're really not. And the more you play into them being your priority, the more you thin yourself out. And the more you give your body and your heart and your mind reason to feel depleted, just drained, and need things like, I'm going to take one more candy bar. I'm just going to pop it in. It's a mini candy bar. I'm just going to pop it in. Or I'm going to take, another glass of wine. I'm an adult. I can have 3 glasses of wine. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? You're doing it almost all automatically because you're so focused on what needs to be done that you're actually not even realizing that it's wearing you so thin, and that there are other ways for you to do things. And this is where the Taurus energy is lacking, but it's okay, because here's the good news. You're not only a Taurus. You got 12 other placements plus a bunch of other meteors, comets, all the stuff thrown in. You're not just a Taurus. So there are different parts of you that you can tap into and amplify when you need them. So this is a really good time for you to start learning a little bit more about yourself and your capabilities, and how it can help you not deal with the current situation, change the current situation to be something that actually does work for you, because this is not the only way to get these resources. You don't have to keep jumping through hoops. If I was jumping through hoops every frickin' day, I'd be exhausted too. I tell you, it's like I've gotten 6 hours of sleep. I don't think you ever get any sleep. I don't think you sleep a lot at all. And if you do, it's not peaceful, because it's like your body is just starting to unwind when you're waking up. Let's get into the cards. Now, the first one that popped out is my lovely little spider. What was interesting was on my walk, my walk and my little kisses this morning, and I saw a beautiful spider web, and they're gorgeous. They're just stunning when you finally catch one in the right sunlight. And there was a spider in the center sucking on some poor, unfortunate fly that had wandered in. Okay, spiders build their webs for their own benefit. And even if you think that this person is there for you, and even if you think that these resources are something that you're blessed with, I guarantee you they're just the sticky glue of the spider's web, because you are food. You are potential prey. You are opportunity. That's how spiders work, babe. Now, this could be Scorpio energy. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. In other words, even though you think this is the resource, you're the resource. You may, in some extreme cases, be what's for dinner. So be very conscious of that, Taurus, when you're walking the spider web. This is not some benevolent being. They want something from you. Take the lead. Beautiful energy, beautiful earth energy. This energy of knowing what's right and what's wrong and doing the right thing all the time, being a leader, but also being driven by spirit. It's almost like spirit has talked to you. You know what the right thing is, and you know where your soul feels whole. You know where it is. You know the right thing to do. You've tapped in. And this is Taurus energy again. You want to do it. You know what You know what you need to do. You want to move forward. This is generally speaking financial resources to build your dreams, financial resources to get things done, kind of 3D resources to hash out or sculpt those things that spirit is driving you toward, what you want to get done in spirit. How are you making that possible? How are you making it real? This is where your heart lies. This is where you're really focused and what's really inspiring you. And then you have this, which is trust in divine detours, very Sagittarian energy. But more pointedly, you're looking for this way out. You're looking to quickly carve your way. It's almost like carving your escape route. So your dreams have kind of become, not your dreams, but your own goals and ambitions have become your escape route from a circumstance that is very manipulative, and that even though you try to convince yourself that it's not that bad, it's not that bad, it's bad enough for you to have basically twisted your dreams into a means of escape from the circumstance, instead of your dreams just being something that inspires you and encourages you. They've almost become a burden for you. The things that you love, the things that you're supposed to be doing have become a burden for you because they become a way out. They become your tunnel under the prison. They've become the only hope you have of getting away from this resource that you want to keep tapping into, but simultaneously get the fuck away from. So on some level, you know how dangerous this energy is. Dangerous or manipulative or self-driven or unpleasant. I'm going to go ahead and say this is not even somebody that you even like. But simultaneously, you deal with them. While at the same time, looking for an escape route. Biding your time, biding your time, biding your time. Listen, everything with you, you're trying to do the right thing. You have Libra energy here. You're trying very hard to see the beauty that is. To see the beauty and the sweetness and to see the benefit. Like, look at the positive. Look at the positive. Look at what I have in front of me. I have the delicious flowers to suckle on. I have all this wonderful stuff. Like, look at the positive. Look at the positive. Look at the positive. And this is Virgo energy. Very, very kind, very sweet, very gentle. Like, see, there's something here that you can draw upon that makes you happy, that fills you with joy. That, this is, I think, this is you more than it is somebody else. Of just, but it, you know, I was going to say playing. But my hesitation to say playing is your hesitation to say playing, because what the thing that I feel is that you don't want to admit that you are manipulating. No, I'm just being. This is very Virgo energy. No, I'm just being pragmatic. No, I'm just telling you what's better for you. Are you really? I don't think you are. But this game keeps getting more and more dangerous. Spirit has been trying to contact you, sending you messages that you need to get rid of some of this shit in your life. And those messages may have come in the way of like things that are like stepping on the scale and you're 10 to 15 pounds heavier, and it's like you're getting unhealthier, or you've been to the doctors and you're stressed out, or you're having all of these, like, you used to once only take vitamins and now you're on like 3 medications, and it's all like, oh, I guess I must be getting older, or like how many ways can you write this off, Taurus, before you realize Spirit is trying to fucking tell you, especially because this is Cancerian energy. If you've been having problems in your stomach or chest or your breast area, getting pains or pains in your stomach, lots of upset stomach, Spirit is trying to communicate to you, you need to let shit go. You need to drop this crap. You wouldn't need to be on all these medications, or you wouldn't be gaining this weight if you were healthy and doing the right thing, this is a message for you. Taurus, drop this shit now. Drop the pretenses. Drop the satisfying others. Drop that shit. Because it is starting, like literally Spirit is trying to communicate to you. Stop. Danger. There's danger ahead. Somebody wants to eat you. Do you understand how close you are to being food? At the very least by yourself, because you're eating yourself up. Reach out for help. Now, this could very well be a parental attachment as well. A sense of not wanting to grow up, even if you're 50, I don't care. But simultaneously, not wanting to grow up is keeping you in a position of immaturity. Just so that you feel safe, just so that you feel like you're attached to your status quo and the way things have always been, you're degrading yourself by not allowing yourself to grow up and fully become yourself by maintaining these attachments. Now, look at this energy. Magic works through you. This is Cancerian energy. Transformative energy. Beautiful detail on that card. Oh, wow. So gorgeous. Whew. This is a time for you to transform. But the little dung beetle also teaches us, well, this is scarab beetle. Same thing, kind of. It just reminds us it's time to change. And that the change has to come from you. This is an interesting combination. You have Nightingale spirit, which is Gemini energy, and you have Mouse energy, Mouse spirit, which is Virgo energy, but very, very tedious, very unharmonious Virgo energy. Because there's just a sense of getting lost in the details. Almost getting distracted. Like the notes are going all over the place, in other words. This is about hearing and then talking too much. I would say that it's almost like you're talking too much. You say too much, you use too many words, you're finding too many different explanations. It's almost like you're doing that to convince yourself and to convince others that you're going to be okay. It's also a sense of Gemini energy rules the lungs and the arms. Tend to the small things shows up when we're not paying attention, like we're letting a lot of little things build up. You know what? I'm going to say this to you. I think some of you have an opportunity for falling in love and you're not letting yourself do it. You have an opportunity, you have a lot of different possibilities and potentials to grab onto, and you're not taking it because you're so still attached and clinging to that status quo. You're allowing all these little things that are pests and you need to get rid of to be the reason why you keep yourself away from the joy that's asking you to grab it. You're ready to let go of this. This attachment you have to what you were years ago. You need to let go of it. Love your body. I mean, yes, love your body for all that it is, but love your body also means please take care of your body. When you look in the mirror and say, I'm not happy with what I see. Maybe it's not you being self-critical or shallow. Maybe it's you actually, that little string of consciousness being like, I know that what I see isn't right for me. I know that what I see isn't right for me. Either that, or what it is saying is you're starting to basically take a lot of shit out on yourself, on your body, either by gaining weight or by losing weight, because you still don't want to confront this other person. It's not even in your wheelhouse. But you know what? It needs to get in your wheelhouse, because this is becoming an increasingly unhealthy situation. Talk to God. Pray. Get right with yourself. But also, listen to what God is saying to you. Listen to what it's telling you to do. Listen to the warnings that are all around you. Listen. Because God is trying to speak to you. It's just, are you open to the conversation? It's a great way to segue into our spirit and angel messages. You ready? Let's do it. Let's see. Taurus. 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 The first thing that comes out, do it now. Do it now. What is it that you have to do? I think you have to relinquish these old ties and realize that this status quo is killing you. Maintaining the status quo is killing you. Don't put it off any longer. Have courage. Listen to your intuition, for it is the guiding voice of your soul. You're being told what you have to do to help yourself. You've been warned in many different ways. Stop putting this off, because it's going to become increasingly difficult for you to ignore all the ways that this splitting of your soul is starting to degrade who you are. Inspiration. A new idea comes to you like a gentle whisper inside your heart. Listen and take action. This is inspiration from high above. In other words, the angels are telling you, God is about to give you your way out. He's about to send it. Please listen to the messages and trust it. Don't call it crazy. Don't hesitate. You know, before any parental relationships or spousal relationships or friendships, before any of these status quo relationships that you're trying so hard to maintain through meeting all these expectations, you had a relationship with God. You had a relationship with spirit and universe. That's who you were when you came here. You were an entity of light. That is your oldest relationship to maintain, and that is the one that you are straining the most. So this is about, you want to be obligated to somebody? You want to keep up the status quo? Get in touch with spirit. And spirit is trying to get you out of these things that are unhealthy for you and degrading you. Inspiration is about to come. Follow it. Yes, what will happen is it will break your chains. And at first it'll be like, why the f did I even do this? Because spirit wants to break your chains. It's unhealthy for you, and those chains need to be broken. But this new idea is what's going to be that chain breaker. I'm not saying that this new idea is going to lead you into all the security and the financial stability that you need to be able to jump from this convoluted relationship that you're in. No. Spirit's saying it's not about stability. It's not about resources. It's not about money. It's about your health. It's about you living in tune with me. That's what's important, and that's what's being degraded. Gratitude. Make gratitude your new attitude. The stars will shine brighter upon you. All in your world will become lighter. grateful for spirit, grateful for the ideas. I don't think you've been grateful for them. I think they become a burden to you because they keep reminding you of of how you're happy, and how you're happy has nothing to do with maintaining your status quo. It's also saying this isn't gratitude that you've established with the status quo. This is codependency. And that's a very different thing. You're not showing up grateful every morning. You're showing up because you have to. Because some part of you needs to be needed by it. And that's just unhealthy. So if you go back to real gratitude, which is, thank you so much, I'm so grateful. Oh, this camera's not focusing. I'm so grateful for your guidance and how you're trying to save me and help me. I'm so grateful. Start there. True gratitude. Archangel Uriel's here. A great spiritual transformation is currently occurring both in your life and our world. This is the union of heaven and earth. The untangible and the tangible. Spirit and matter. Heart and mind unite in harmonious balance. And this is the harmony. Wow. Taurus, wow. This is the harmony. Because this is the bridge between life and death, or spirit and matter. And this is the harmony. This is the balance that's being struck. Gemini is in North Node. Things are supposed to change. Let's see just how much. I'm going over to tarot. Please join me. The link is below. I'll see you over there.